Biax began in 1988. They were the first business to open in the Bruce Energy Center, actually, and they started to manufacture biaxially oriented polypropylene film that would be like your Twinkies wrapper and that sort of thing. They then moved into doing some toll manufacturing and research and development, and then through expansion decided that we needed to open another location, and we settled here in Wingham in this facility, and we built our largest line. So there was 3 lines in operation in the early 2000s, with this being the largest. The market for that product that we started with started to dwindle due to it being produced all over the world. And we decided to change our direction and get into niche markets and specialty products. And with that, we started to and developed our compostable product with a large resin manufacturer in the United States.
Some of the things we've done here is we've purchased a piece of equipment that captures all our scrap, our off-spec material, our offcuts at the slitting department, and any waste generated in our startup, we run that through the process, through this new piece of equipment, and we recapture all that, convert it to resin, and then we use it in the process, a certain percentage of it as a repro rather than virgin resin. You know, part of our biggest challenge, or one of our biggest challenges, is educating people is on our product. It's everybody really wants exactly what they're using now, and they want it to perform exactly the same. And it's difficult to go to a green product and give them everything they've got with a product made from a petrochemical. And so, and people are reluctant to change. They want to change, but they still find it very difficult.
Yeah, as Brad has said, they want to change and they want to go green, but they want that product to be exactly the same as the one they were using before. This product is going to be very close, but it's going to be a little bit different, right? And we try to help them in that respect in knowing how their equipment works and how the product may perform. And we try to give them as much insight as possible to that as well.
My name is Sandra Ambing. I am an aromatherapist, and I make natural body care products under the Gemstone Essence brand. And I've been doing this for approximately 17 years. I did go to school for it. I am licensed under the Canadian Federation of Aromatherapy. Green manufacturing in a whole would be from start to finish, so you sourcing your supplies from a company who focuses on green manufacturing as well, and how you actually produce your product in-house, so from using hydro to using the actual products, how you're packaging it, also how you're actually shipping it, like are you paying attention to the carbon footprint. So from a green perspective, all of those play a factor. Also, how are you sending it out the door with your clients, so the actual material that they're leaving it within, like the bags and so on and so forth. So I take care into using products that are first generation recyclable materials as opposed to buying new plastics. So a lot of those different elements are important in business. We also use a lot of glass as opposed to plastic. So if I could avoid buying plastic altogether, I would. And using the glass is very important. Also being refillable, so bringing it back and actually refilling it as opposed to selling a new piece of plastic or glass to a client when they're leaving with a product. The environment in general, so the carbon footprint, the largest mistake that we made as individuals is believing that the planet would fix itself. And body care products, household cleaners and such, they're available every day in box chain stores and other department stores, and that's not something that they primarily focus on. So they purchase these products from larger institutions, larger companies like Procter & Gamble or, Lever, and the product comes in these bottles, and then it just, it's then dispersed into the general population, and everybody's just taking those bottles and then throwing them in recycling. So I'm doing my small part by offering products that very well might not leave in a plastic container or a glass container, but with the refill option too. So if it happens to come in a container, they are welcome to bring that back and then go ahead and refill it. I also invite them to bring the competitors' packaging in, and I will fill it too. So it doesn't have to be something that specifically came from my lineup. I would appreciate them to bring in bottles that they've purchased from a national brand, and I'm more than happy to fill them. So I find that Huron County in general is, the best choice of words would be untainted. So the people here are very genuine, they are very humble, they are very loyal clients, and I love working with them in general. They're very honest. So when I say untainted, I mean they come in with general care, and they express the care of our future here in the county with sustainability. So working with them directly, building my clientele base here, and then becoming almost as if they're friends. So I treat most of my clients as if they're friends, as opposed to them being actual customers. So I love that part of Huron County, and I like the tight knit. So everybody is very close. I can call up a different company and speak to them freely, as opposed to them, being competition. It's more an open general conversation. So I like that about being in business in Huron County.